Got to be Alabama. The committee's job is to pick the best teams to get into the final stage, the college football playoff, the biggest stage of them all. Alabama, while they've been inconsistent, they've been on the naughty list, but they're the best team on the bubble. They've got to be the team that gets in. Yeah, well, that's crazy. 3 times in the same year, and Texas loses the first 2, but wins the big one in the playoff. I like you. I like the way you think, but here's how I'm thinking about this. How about a bubble team making it all the way to the national championship? I got Alabama surpassing expectations wildly. I think they sneak in, they do their job. Kalen DeBoer got some experience there last year, made it all the way to the national championship, came up short against Michigan. I trust him to get his guys locked in. I know they've been inconsistent, but I think they stamp those issues out and make a wild run. And as for a team that's going to fall short, I got Tennessee. I'm not impressed by them at all. I know they beat Alabama, but as I've said, Bama's been inconsistent. Tennessee doesn't really strike me as a team that's going to hold their own. I think they get blitzed by Ohio State and Rocky Top. And this is a game that has crazy playoff implications now because Ole Miss is firmly in the picture, and now Georgia has a can't-lose game against Tennessee this weekend in Athens. That'll be a must-watch. But how about Jackson Dart and the Rebels? I mean, Dart getting hurt on the first drive of the game, throwing that interception, looked like they were going to get blitzed. But he comes back, shows a lot of resilience, not playing at 100%, and he cooks Georgia, 28-10 final. They played really well. Yeah, you said it, Jake. One player and one player only. That's what it feels like at times watching this Syracuse team. Bo Von Kempen is a machine. She's got 25 points in 13 games. She's leading the Orange in goals, points, and shots on goal by a country mile. She's been automatic from APCs, scoring most of her goals off penalty corners. The stat that sticks out to me, however, is the amount of time she spends off the field. Von Kempen sat for 10 minutes in the Duke game, and those are the only 10 minutes she spent on the bench all season long. She's the backbone of the Syracuse squad, and a stat like that shows Lynn Farquhar knows it. Well, I know we just spent a lot of time talking about how great Bo Von Kempen is, but the key for the Orange in this one is going to be getting other people involved. I'm looking specifically at Willemijn Bogert, who has been the engine for the offense outside of Van Kempen so far this season. She's going to need to step up in a huge game against a Virginia team that's going to be focused pretty much on just Bo. Well, a win is a win. They got one in that column today, but it was not impressive in the slightest. Let's take a look at this. Virginia Tech comes into this game without its starting quarterback, Kyron Drones, and they still managed to put up 31 points and get a 21-3 lead halfway through the third quarter. That's frankly unacceptable from the Syracuse defense. And as for the offense, they did wake up in that third quarter, but it had been a game and a half since we'd seen them play anything resembling football. I mean, that's unacceptable. They got to get more consistent heading into a tough 4-game stretch at the end of their season.
And we're back on the sideline, getting ready for the second half of action here from Moda Frank Stadium, where the rain is coming down once again, making that turf a little extra slippery, which could be something to look out for, especially for this Jaguar team, already dealing with a lot of injuries. Starting quarterback Tyler Lassick, in what was supposed to be a spectacular return game for him, went down already with injury. He's on the sideline, most likely out for the rest of the game. But perhaps more concerning is the fact that the only running back left in the star-studded running back room who could actually play and was not injured, Dean Kohler, has gone down with an injury. The seen on the sideline with crutches, tape on that ankle, ice on that ankle, not looking good. So the Jags down to some young people playing in the running back position, looking to fill that void. We'll see what they're able to do. That's something to look out for here in the second half. Garnet Valley holding on to a 7-point lead. We'll have to see what they're able to do. Both teams are excited. The Jags sideline is electric. They come out. They know exactly what they have to do tonight. You know, tough playoff game. Getting bombed again, second week in a row. Tough playoff game for the Jags. Obviously, Owen J. Roberts coming in, a very formidable opponent. Jags do have the home field advantage. They look to defend it once again this season. Should be a tough playoff game, but I know they're up to the challenge. This Jags team knows they are too. They're going to look to come out and get a good start on defense.
Mulholland, wing 3 from Saunders, rolls around and falls. Kylie Mulholland continues to impress. 32-point lead for Garnet Valley. Ridley still in single digits on the night. McMenamin, trapped in the corner, has to bounce it off the foot of Addie Adamski to keep it on this end of the floor. It's been that kind of night for the Raiders.
Here's Cahill to Mita for 3 in response, connects. Silences the crowd. Mikey Mita continues to be lights out from the perimeter. O'Hara for 3 from Kratzel, responds! Tied at 46! They're shooting the lights out of the place in the fourth! Back and forth they go! Haymaker after haymaker, tied up at 46, 6:03 to go. We'll be right back.
Panetto. Now Bright will hit it over on that close side up the set from Albrecht. And the Vikings get one back. Jaguar lead cut down to 4 once again.
Working the ball around. Nolan Brown at the point. Working towards his right. Now will spin, looking to get to his left. But good defense from Vasello forces him to back out and flip to Cleffish on the right side. Cleffish with the left hand, now switches to the right. Pass intercepted by Cleaver. That one intended for Danny Walker, who was behind the net. Good job by the stick of Cleaver, getting in the way of that passing lane. He's done a phenomenal job here in the second half. After a rough first quarter, he had 3 penalties. That was an incredible defensive possession there for Cole Borick. Matched up with Gibbs on the wing. He knew the ball was going to go there for the shot the whole time. They kept trying to feed him, but he didn't have the chance to get up a quick look. Borick was doing a great job of filling the passing lane on the inside, staying to his zone, but then creeping out as soon as the ball moved Gibbs' direction. That was a phenomenal possession by him. There's no desperation. They're playing like they're down 4 goals. The running clock is on, and they're down 12 here in the third quarter. They've got to go quicker. The work rate here is the secret to South York's success, if you ask me. Their size allows them to force teams to work extra hard on both ends of the floor, trying to find an answer for their size. And on offense, they're just able to take a possession off, basically, and still put up points. It's unbelievable what we're seeing here, and I'm seeing why this team is so strong and came in as the top seed in District 3 before they lost their first game in the District 3 playoffs.